Hello and welcome back to our weekday video posts, where we've been exploring the Buddha's teachings on the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, and just seeing how we might bring them to bear on our life, and specifically on our life living in the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. And we've been winding our way through the Noble Eightfold Path, and currently we find ourselves in the path factor of wise intention, which is in the wisdom section of the Noble Eightfold Path, along with the path factor of wise view. In the last few days, we've been exploring the part of wise intention that has to do with not the intention for non-harming and the intention for non-ill will. And you can look back at the video posts for that, as we were doing some loving kindness practice. Now we're turning towards the part of wise intention that has to do with the intention for renunciation. And this part of the wise intention works with the mind state of the habit in the mind of greed. So renunciation is the opposite of greed. And last time I talked a little bit about how renunciation, the way it actually happens, is when we are seeing clearly the kind of the pitfalls of greed and of desire. That if we just kind of try to do it with willpower, it doesn't really work. It takes a clear seeing into how greed and desire in the mind actually aren't for our own benefit. We kind of think they are, like on a cursory or surface level. And I used the example of the cake yesterday. So on a quick surface level, we might think, oh, that's good. But as we bring mindfulness to bear and other factors on what's arising, we might see more clearly that actually this is not for my benefit. And yesterday we started looking at, well, how do we do that? Well, in the formal practice, one of the ways that we do that is to notice what condition our body is in when we wake up from being lost in thought, especially lost in pleasant thoughts. If we can start with a baseline of calm and have that to compare it to, then when we wake up from being lost in pleasant fantasies, then as we wake up, we look at the body, feel it, and compare it to the calm body we had before. And as we get adept at this, we can start to clearly see that this greed and this desire in the mind is agitating, it's constricting, it's actually not for our well-being. And in that moment, it's not just a teaching that we're hearing from someone or reading, it's actually our own experience. And as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to start to practice a little bit for a couple days in really, how do we get the body to be calm? How do we develop this baseline of calm in the body? And this is interesting because if you've been with us from the beginning, I started right as the pandemic was really hitting by offering some instructions that had to do with calming the body because of how helpful it is in calming and also regulating our nervous systems, which tend to be a bit more agitated at this time of the pandemic. So we're kind of coming full circle in a certain way. Okay, let's get into the formal practice now. So taking whatever posture you're going to meditate in, and letting the eyes come gently to closing. And as we close our eyes, that can kind of be the cue. Oh, we're going inwards now. and specifically with this meditation, inwards into the body. And we can start to connect with the body by intentionally inviting it to soften and relax. I'm going to name a few places in the body that may be helpful to bring attention to, starting with the eyes. Letting the eyes be as soft as possible, round balls resting in their sockets. And the area around the eyes. What would it be like to relax the area around the eyes? And then perhaps seeing how that initiates kind of a cascading of relaxation in the rest of the face muscles, cascading downwards into the jaw so that the jaw can become slack. Let your jaw drop. Don't hold it up. Even if the mouth wants to open a bit, that's okay. Simply keep the tongue on the roof of your mouth. And you can continue to breathe through your nose. So the jaw drops, the shoulders drop. The belly drops. What would that be like to let your belly drop? Not hold it in, not hold it up. This sense of the energy shifting or draining downwards. And the attention goes downwards, out of the head and into the body. And as the energy and the attention shift downwards, we come into connection with what we're sitting on or what we're laying on, the parts of the body that are in contact with what's below us. And we feel that contact. We feel the support from below. And we let go into that support. Continuing to invite the body to soften and relax. Also widen. Can you get this sense that your body's softening but also widening? And we let the body relax into stillness. We want the stillness of the body to be born of relaxation, not holding still. And as we stay present for this relaxing of the body, this stilling of the body, we start to become connected to it somatically, meaning we feel it. And at first we feel the body where it's kind of most grossly, you might say, presenting itself to us, which would be these contact points with what's below us, the floor, the chair, the mat, pillow. And we notice these kind of grosser sensations. You might say pressure, hardness, softness. Connecting with the body on a cursory level, just these connection points, touch points. And as the body continues to relax and calm, remain still. And as the attention stays connected to this calm, still body, we can begin to ascertain the body in a more fine-grained way. Those solid kind of points of connection, if we stay with them, allow the attention to kind of just rest there. They can slowly start to shift from feeling solid and maybe where we would just feel pressure or heaviness to start to feel this kind of vibrating, buzzing, we start to feel the body in a more fine-grained way. What we're doing is starting to feel the energy body. This body is a sentient life form and it is alive with energy, cellular energy. And we can feel that tingling, vibrating. First, it's easiest to feel it at the touch points. But as the body continues to calm, as the attention stays steady with this body, we can then begin to feel sensations even where the body's not touching something. Until at some point we come to ascertain this body as a field of changing sensations. Sparkling or shimmering. We connect directly to the experience of calm body sitting. And this connection is in a subtle way. This is important because the more subtle our connection to the body is, the more subtly we'll be able to tell the difference between this calm body and the body that's not as calm when we wake up from being lost in pleasant thoughts. Relaxation is ongoing. Body softening, widening. The attention softening, widening, filling the whole body, feeling the whole body all at once, perceiving the body as a field of tiny, sparkling sensations. Resting the attention here. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Simply relaxing here and now. So that's developing kind of the baseline of calm. And tomorrow we'll start to explore how to compare that with what we experience when we wake up from pleasant fantasies. And again, it's that direct experience that will help wisdom grow, actually. And we'll start to see that the desire and the greed in the mind is actually not in our best interest. Okay, I wish you well today. I hope that you will be able to kind of meet whatever life brings to you today with a sense of ease and open-heartedness. And if you can't, which inevitably at times is the case, that you're kind with yourself. Sometimes we just can't. Sometimes we're reactive. And it's really important not to give ourselves that second arrow and to be kind with ourselves. We'll get another chance. Okay, take care. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.